It's time for the Jedi to end their diets. I mean, seriously, those Force donuts aren't going to eat themselves. Hello, viewers, and happy May the 4th be with you day. Basically Star Wars Day. So today I'm going to discuss my predictions and analyzations of the Last Jedi trailer and what I think is going to happen in the future. Also, I will have some tidbits for other theory videos that you can suggest, and I will try to do them. Whatever gets the most suggestions will be my next theory. So, leave your thoughts in the comments, please. So, first things first, Rey is a solo. Yes, I said it, Rey is a solo, that is my stance, permanently. Honestly, when I first heard about all the different Rey father theories, I would have liked her to have been a Kenobi. And I feel like it makes sense with like their accent and all, and I just think it would be nice to have it be like Obi-Wan gives the lightsaber to Luke, and then Rey, who's also a Kenobi, gives the lightsaber back to Luke. It's like full circle. I think that'd be really cool, but Rey's a solo. I'll explain why, and if you're still like, no, Rey should be a Skywalker, well, technically she still is a Skywalker, because Leia is a Skywalker, even though she calls herself Organa. Like, why? You know, you don't have to be in hiding as not a Skywalker anymore. I mean, like, you remember Vader's line? Sister, wahaha, so I can turn her too, you know. That, like, really weird, kind of creepy line, you know, from Episode 6. So, I feel like Rey is a solo for these reasons. For one, I have a theory, or formula, known as the Star Wars formula, that me and my brother developed. Basically, you line up each trilogy, you know, having the 4, 5, and 6 trilogy be the base, because it is the base of the Star Wars universe, and then the other trilogies in place, and you will realize that across the board there are so many similarities. If you want me to go in depth, I will make a full video on that. Please put your thoughts in the comments if you want to see that happen. So, for today's purposes, we have to look at episodes 2, 5, and the upcoming 8th episode, and what connects them together. So, for starters, we have a person who lives on the desert, is growing up, and is training a lot under a master who seemed to be Obi-Wan in episode 2, and then in episode 5 was Yoda, and in episode 8 will most likely be Luke. And then what happens, well, I'm trying to compare this more to episode 5 than episode 2. Episode 2 is just kind of out there. I mean, it's a prequel. There's Jar Jar in it. Jar Jar. Anyway, so, I'm comparing mostly just episode 5 to episode 8. I feel like in episode 5, you know, this scene is the most pivotal scene of this, in which Luke leaves Yoda. He goes to fight Darth Vader. Darth Vader cuts off his limb and says, I am your father. And it's this pivotal moment in the franchise, something that fans have remembered forever and ever as the phrase, Luke, I am your father. Which actually is not true. It's the phrase, no, I am your father. But they changed it to, Luke, I am your father, for some reason. Like, that's what the fans think it is, even though in the movie it is, no, I am your father. But I digress. So, I feel like this pivotal scene in episode 5 will be replicated in episode 8 in a much different light. I feel Kylo will fight Rey, and still smarting from their last encounter in which Rey, you know, goes, lightsaber in my hands, even though I know no Jedi stuff, beat the crap out of Kylo and nearly kill him, except for that huge chasm that just happened to be placed perfectly in line to stop everything. You're like, seriously, chasm? I really love what you're doing, sarcasm. I make terrible puns. And that's what you get for watching this channel. Subscribe! So, Rey, I feel in this scene, Kylo will best her, cut off probably her leg, as a way to not be as cliche and have her lose an arm like everybody else. Probably be her leg, and she'll fall on the ground, and she'll be like, oh dang, Kylo's winning. And then Kylo will be like, Rey, you are my sister. And this will hit Rey hard. Just boom! What? I'm related to this emo boy? This crazy psychopath that basically is an exact replica of Anakin from Episode 3, so I guess in a sense he is fulfilling his grandfather's legacy? Huh. Full video on that, put in the comments if you want that, and I will try to make it. So Rey will be looking up at this guy, and he'll be like, Rey, you and I are siblings. Join me. And propose it again. And this is where things will get interesting. Because before this point, I feel Rey will have left Luke after Luke says, it's time for the Jedi to end. And I'll get back to why he says that later. Rey will have left Luke wanting to clear her head and will eventually run into Kylo and start fighting. And then when Rey loses to Kylo, Kylo will be like, join me. I have bested you. I have beat you, even though you made me look like an idiot in the last episode. I have finally won. And then Rey will have a choice to make. And this will be interesting. Because what happens if she says yes? Honestly, how long has Rey been in this resistance and Jedi Order and all that kind of business? Not very long. I mean, who's she to be like, oh, I completely trust that everything is wonderful with the Jedi? I mean, Luke, literally the only true Jedi she knows, just said, it's time for the Jedi to end. So what does she know? I feel like at this point it will cause very thought-provoking ideas in her head, and she will be like, should I be a Sith? And if she says yes, it will be one of the biggest surprises ever, even bigger than the fact that Rey is a Solo. And that's what I think. So, that's my end to that section of the theory. Now on to Luke. Luke Skywalker, who thinks the Jedi should end. Well, I have two explanations for this. Number one, I feel like he has a deluded sense of, like, peace for the galaxy. Kind of like Ultron, you know, Ultron was like, destroy everything and then somehow creates peace. I mean, like, it's kind of stupid. So I feel like Luke will be like, if we end the Jedi ways, which are seemingly corrupt, you know, from my opinion, the Jedi are evil. Yeah, it was a spot-on Anakin impression. I always have spot-on Anakin impressions. And so Luke will be like, it's time to end the Jedi, and if the Jedi are gone, then the Sith will just magically disappear anyway, and peace for the whole galaxy. Which is kind of messed up, but you think he's been living on this island eating, like, plants, you know? And also there's the fact that, like, how did he lose the skin on his mechanical arm? He moved to this island, and if you remember from episodes 5 and 6, his mechanical arm has a glove of skin over it. It's like, why is it robotic now? I mean, I understand it looks cool, but it's like, it's kind of gross. I think that would kind of make you insane, or at least scarred. So I feel like Luke is partially insane. Plus, it's hereditary. I mean, like, look at Anakin. I have brought peace and freedom and liberty to my empire. And that was also another spot-on Anakin impression. And basically, that's the end of that. I feel like Luke is just deluded and has this false sense of, oh, if we end the Jedi and we end the Sith, the peace comes, so let's start ending the Jedi and the Sith will just end themselves. No, the Sith will take over and crush the universe with the might of Snoke. I mean, like, that's about it, so put your ideas for whatever theories you want to see from me in the comments. I am so sorry this video was so random, but that's what you get when you watch videos from JJ Prince. They are incredibly random, they make no sense, and they probably bring a little more confusion into your life. So I hope you are confused today. And I also hope this was at least mildly enjoyable. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you hated it. Please leave a dislike if you hated it, because I want to see how many people hated it. I bet a lot of people will hate this theory. So either you prove me wrong by liking this video, or you prove me right and hate on this video, leaving comments like cringe, which requires such a very strong vocabulary. You can even be Hispanic and not speak a drop of English and write cringe or cringe or however they say it in Spanish. I don't really know. But just leave whatever you want to leave on this video and I will see how this video gets received. But I'm not able to see it yet because I'm still recording the video. Also, if you liked it enough, you want to hit like again, there's this obscure little button known as the subscribe button, which like hides in the corner. It's this dull shade of red, like this dull white background. You know, it's really hard to notice. Way harder to notice than the like button. I mean, like, that gray pops out really strong against the white. Just a fact. It's true. So, but if you can spot the subscribe button, seems like so hidden. Click on it, and it counts as a second like. on the video. And that's about it. It's been JJ Prince. I will see you later, and may the Force be with you all. You will try Force Donuts.